Hello, my name's Dr. Rohan Weerasinghe. I'm an author, a professional speaker, an entrepreneur and a property investor. I've been in front of audiences speaking now for something like 30 plus years. I'm 53 years of age as I'm recording this now, and I've lived through several recessions as well. And one of the things I've noticed as I've traveled the world in front of such large audiences and working in both business and on a personal development level is there are certain patterns that happen over time. And what I'd like to do is share with you my observations where I believe we are right now in the economy and specifically the global recession. So this webinar is going to be entitled the Global Recession Webinar, and I want to talk about where I think we're going right now on an economic level. If you're employed, if you're self-employed, if you're an investor, an entrepreneur, I really would encourage you to take the time to join me for this 1 hour webinar. Now there's three things I'm going to cover in the webinar. The first thing is the past. What past patterns have occurred that have triggered or had some impact on the global recessions in the past? Because I think we can learn a lot from the past. If we say, well, these are the habits that have happened in the past, the baby boomers, millennials, certain demographic groups that have had an impact on the economy, we can take learnings from that. So that's the first thing, look at the past. Second thing I'm going to do, based on the conversations that I've had with other entrepreneurs, looking at what the market's doing, not just my own observations, but other people's observations, I want to talk to you about the present. What are the three indicators, for example, that you can look at to give you an indication right now of whether we're going into a global recession? Now, it's my belief that we are, which is why I've given it this title. But I want you to have an observation. You're probably mature and old enough to be able to make your own gut intuition on this one, but I think it's also important that you look at some of the statistics as well. So we're going to have a look at that. Then I'm going to take you forward and say, well, what can you do next? Because as we go into this next recession, if you're employed, self-employed, entrepreneurial by nature, whatever you do will be impacted by this next global recession. Doesn't matter where in the world that you are right now watching this. And I believe there are certain strategies that work very well during a recession. I've been in the position where I've been at the receiving end of a recession while I was in a job, and I'll talk about that. I've also been in the receiving end of being in a recession while I've been self-employed and as a property investor. So I want to share with you honestly what I believe are strategies that can actually work in the current climate to take you and see you through so you can grow. Because this is about growing ultimately. There's no point in just surviving and hanging on by your fingertips during economic meltdowns. I think there's opportunities to grow and thrive through it. We don't know how long that next recession is going to last. So that will be the final part of my presentation, which is what you can do to thrive and to grow through this and have the opportunity to really be part of an amazing community of growth that's happening as we sit here right now. So it's Dr. Rose signing out. Come and join me on the webinar. And when you do that and you register, you're going to get an opportunity to really have part of an amazing learning. Bring your pen, bring your journal, take lots of notes, because we will be drilling down and there's going to be information there that you can use in your own lives and your own business. Dr. Rose signing out.